Good morning! It's meant to be really nice and warm here today. So I'm excited about that. Also, he's super cute. Also, I'm meant to be getting a package between 10 and 1. So if the doorbell rings, I'm sorry. Okay, so I thought since we did the really detailed turtle yesterday, and it took up quite a bit of time, and you guys will probably have to do some work on the weekend for it, this little guy, I thought we'd do these really big, like palm leaf kind of things today because they're quite simple, easy peasy to do, and I thought we'd do just some really light, bright colors. Yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to do a really easy, all 6 strands. Good morning, happy Friday. Okay, so let me just zoom in here. There we go. Okay, so basically we're going to do one down the middle, and then all the other ones are going to either tuck in on the side here or go all the way down to the bottom through the same hole. And then we'll do just a regular back stitch, one stitch from here to here, here to here, here to here, all the way down until we're done. So it's going to be Jessie. It's going to be an easy one today. Simple. Look at that sunshine coming through. And I used a really bright color. I like doing one down the middle and then one on each side until I'm happy with the shape. So normally it's one down the middle, then I like to tuck one, and then the next one will go all the way down. But obviously try to suss it out on your own hoops, you know, because it might look okay on mine, but then you might think, well, that didn't fill the space, did it? So you might have to do a little bit more. So that's how I like to do it, kind of like that. Yeah? Hannah says that green is awesome. I also like this green. I used it up here. You can't see that up here for these little ones. And so I thought I would use it again to kind of make it, you know, continue the same color scheme. Make it look cohesive. Hello, Carrie. Hi, George. Morning, all. Isn't this pattern coming so alive? I do love it, even though I'm behind this week. It really is. I feel like the layering and all the like fun colors and the painting in the background, I feel like it's all been worth it, you know? You well today? Yes, I am actually. A little update on the painting, if anyone's interested. I had to buy some carbon paper because it's a map of a mythical place, like a fake place, you know? So I don't really know where everything should be going. So I actually bought some carbon paper, and I'm going to put the carbon paper on the map and then trace some of the bits. to try and make it a little bit easier, because I tried drawing it freehand yesterday and there's so many details I can't even. So that's kind of where I'm at. I still think that David doesn't know that I'm actually making it. So hopefully he'll like it. And then this weekend we're doing some, Saturday we have nothing. We might have my brother-in-law and niece over for like a little outdoor picnic in the backyard. We did it last weekend and it was actually really nice. And then Sunday we're actually having a different friend come over because he's gonna do work in the backyard to put some of those, we call them like railroad ties, but they're like sleepers, I think maybe you guys call them here. Sleepers. Big, long pieces of wood that are like rectangular or square. So he's gonna put those along the edge of the fence to try and like jazz it up a bit. And then we can get some dirt and do some planting over there or something. So it's just a weekend of work, really. Which is fine. And then, what else? I've got a couple more kits to pack today. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, how is everyone else? Is everyone doing well? Oh, I have to tell you about this lemon hack to get the juice out of a lemon, because I've never seen this before. So this person took a skewer or a chopstick and poked a hole, like say this was the lemon, yeah? Poked a hole in the bottom of the lemon about halfway through and then just squeezed it and all the juice came out. Have you guys ever seen anything like that? Because I have not. And I was like, what? So she saw it on like one of those hack things, you know, and tried it. And it worked. So you don't have to like cut the lemon in half. You can just poke a hole in the bottom and then squeeze it, and then all the juice comes out. Just giving you guys all of the good information these days, you know? Ooh. That's a major life hack. Seriously, I have a bunch of lemons over there. I might give it a go and just double confirm, you know? Like I watched the video where the lady confirmed it, like the lady did it herself. But imagine like not having to cut a lemon in half every single time. And then having like all of the juice go all over your cutting board. And then having to like squeeze it and then it gets all over your hands. Like we even have a lemon, you know, the yellow one that's like a cup in a cup, a lemon squeezer, lemon juicer. And even that sometimes is quite, yeah, someone said, wow, whoa, that's really cool, because otherwise they get so shriveled in my fridge. Yes. Especially if you like cut it in half and then like juice half of it and then want to save the other half, you know? So yeah, that's my life hack for the day. You're welcome, guys. just a wealth of knowledge, aren't I? Yeah, it's meant to be really warm today in England, so maybe I can like do some outside stitching if I play my cards right. Mary says I want to go buy a lemon and try it now. You should. For science, you know? God, Jessie. She's not happy. Jessie's not happy because in the morning I gave her her food and everything and she went and ate it, and then she grabbed her ball and I was like, oh, let's go play outside. So I threw it 2 times, and the second time I threw it, it landed a little too close to the poop zone, and now she won't get it and she's mad at me. So there's like an area in our backyard where she poops. That's like the only place where she poops. And if the ball goes anywhere near that area, regardless if there's poop there or not, she will not go get it. She absolutely refuses. She'll like run over there, and then as soon as she sees that it's like close to the poop zone, she's like, nope, I'm not having it. And she'll leave it there until someone goes and gets it. She's such a little diva. So the only thing to remember with this really is to make sure that the outside edge is a really nice round shape to it. You don't want to be making triangles or anything like that at the top. So you don't want it to be really, really pointy. And then if you notice, I like to keep my points a little bit off the line. So when I go back and do the line down the middle, it's still pointy there. So that's something to have a think about. Hannah says, I have one in my fridge. Gonna eat some fish tonight and try this. Hack and get back to you. I hope it works. I mean, it worked for the lady in the video. So maybe like make sure that it's like a juicy one, you know? And not like a one that's not ripe enough. Because I'm sure that would like matter a little bit as well. In the video I watched, she also like cut a lemon in half and then like measured how much, hold on, I've got a little problem here. How much, how much lemon juice the lemon that got cut in half gave, and how much lemon juice the lemon with the hole poked in the back gave, poked in the bottom. And they were almost exactly the same. So you can save yourself all of that mess and just poke a hole in the bottom. Okay, and then this one, let's just see how far down I can go. Because like I said, I used too big of a hoop. So yeah, we've got these 2 palm leaves today. I'm calling them palm leaves because that's what they look like to me. And that's really it. I'm gonna stitch right over the fish. Oh no. That needs to come out. Too short. Yeah, and that's really it. That's the whole day. So you could do, what was that? You could do 2 different colors if you wanted, or you could go back like I am and just gonna do a little highlight in the middle of each one. So let me see here. Let's get a little bit more of this color. I can do the stem, and then we'll go back in with the other color. It might be too light though. I might have to choose a different one. Oh, that's a good question. Hannah says, are you guys happy with your hoop so far? I had someone message today in response to me sharing someone else's hoop and say that the person who stitched it, first, the person who stitched the hoop did it a little bit different than I did it. And I think it was on these ones. And she was like, they did a good job, much better than yours. And I was like, oh, thank you. That's really nice. And then I had another lady say that she checked out mine and someone else's, and that they went a different direction or whatever, and that it really paid off. And that was really nice of that person. But the other person, I was like, oh, okay, good. Thanks for that. Guys, I do love people in my DMs. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love chatting with you guys. And I think some people, especially if English isn't your first language, it just comes, like, the comment comes off a little bit harsher than it was intended to, you know? So I'm not mad at anybody. And like, I would never, like, if I was really irritated about it, I probably just wouldn't say anything, just because that's, like, you know, not very nice. Okay, so this is the color that I chose, and I think that it might look, oh, this is very dramatic. I think it might look like it's white, like too light. Ooh. Guys, it was a TV so big that it was called The Wall. The Wall. So I might pick like something like this one instead. I don't know. Here we go, picking colors. Yeah, this one will be a little bit better. That was just a little bit too light for what I want. You could also go darker here if you wanted to go darker, but since we did darker on this one, I thought maybe I could do a little bit of lighter. So all I'm gonna do here is put one line. Why are people like that? Oh my gosh, people are so rude. It's taking shape. Yeah, but you know what? I think that some people don't realize it. I don't think that they do it to be mean. Do you mean? I think that I really don't. I think it's just, you know. But, you know, you just have to laugh about it because otherwise you can't take everything really personally. But I think especially people who like English isn't their first language sometimes can come off a little bit more harsh than they think. Like I was having a conversation with someone and they asked for a price for something and I said, oh, just wait a minute. I'm just going to like look up the prices, you know, because it was a custom order. So I had to like think about how long it was going to take in actual hours, et cetera, you know. And as I was calculating it, it was maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. She was like, I am waiting. I'm like, yes, I see you are waiting. I'm just working out the hours and everything in my head. Like, I don't want to throw out a number that's like outrageous, but then also I don't want to throw out a number that's not fair to me either. And she's like, I don't have all day. I'm like, okay. But it just makes me laugh. But that's what happens, you know? Sometimes. Okay, so back to this. You don't have to add these if you don't want to. If you have a little look and you think they looked way better without it, then don't add them. You do not have to. And we'll just do a little one here to like continue the illusion. You know? Okay, let's flip it over. Naturally offensive. Mary said naturally offensive. I just think some people, they just think, yeah, they just don't think. They just think, I've asked you a question. I see you're typing. Now you're not typing. Are you going to give me an answer or not? But also, I think a lot of people, they're frustrated about other things, and then they see the message or they have a question, and then their frustration with the other thing moves over to this thing, you know? Okay, so this is what we have so far. We've got these guys over here done. And then moving along, I obviously still have to do these 3. And then moving along down here, like this. We'll have this done for today as well. So, yeah. I'll just keep stitching. I might not do the whole thing, but keep it nice and short and sweet for a Friday, you know, because Fridays they're long anyways. Elle says definitely more direct, which we aren't used to. I think things can come off a little bit differently when you're in a direct message as well. So maybe You didn't mean for it to sound like that, but to the other person, it might definitely sound like that. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is you could swap these colors as well if you wanted to have it a little bit different and not all the same color in such a big space over here. So if you wanted to do all of these, this one, I might do that actually. That might look cool. There we go. I've convinced myself. So yeah, so what I was saying is that you can swap these colors, and then just by using the same colors but swapping them, it gives a different look. So just like these ones, we use the same colors for both, but we're just swapping the colors, and it will mix it up a little bit. Debbie says, I genuinely like all the hoops I've seen. Every single one of them looks amazing. And that's not, I couldn't lie to you guys. Sarah says, I love how everyone has used the same pattern, yet all the hoops look so different. Yeah, and that's another reason why I'm not really keen to put colors on stitch-alongs, because I feel like you'll use your favorite colors, or you'll use colors that you like the best. And when you put the same color for everyone, it makes it a little bit like everybody's doing the exact same thing. And that's a little bit boring. I've had some people really upset about the patterns, because not all of the patterns, especially when I first started making patterns, have the color numbers on them. And people have gotten really upset about that. But to be fair, you use your own colors, or you can go to Google and do like an ocean color scheme, or like vintage color scheme, or color palette, and you can find all kinds of interesting color palettes, and then you can match them yourself. But I've started matching them too. I have to buy the thread one from DMC, because at the moment I just have the color card one. I think I've talked to you guys about this before. But I just have the color one, so they've printed the colors on the paper. So they look a little bit different than when you actually go in and see, than when you actually go in and see like the actual colors. So sometimes they can be a little bit different than what I wanted, only because they're printed. So I need to buy the thread one, where they've actually taken a little piece of each of the colors of thread and pasted them onto the paper. I think this is going to look so good. Get out of there. I know someone will ask, so I'll just show it. I look like this. I got it from Hobby Lobby, which I don't really like to shop at Hobby Lobby. But look, it's just a printed piece of paper. So sometimes the colors come out a little bit different than what you wanted, like this one and this one look really similar, but they're probably not at all. So you have to really be careful when you're picking the colors. So when you get the one that's got the actual thread on it, it's much easier to see like the little nuances and colors and everything. Ooh, Elle says, I always need help on color matching though. I wonder if I have some of my dad's color blindness. Ooh, you might. A good way to start is to look at the colors and see what other colors that color has in it. And I don't mean like green has blue and yellow. I mean like that, but every color will have more or less of a different color in it. So for example, these are both purple, but they have way more blue than red. Whereas, let me see if I can find one that's that. This is also purple, and this is also purple. Jesse dumped this out the other day, so it's got hairs all over it. This is also purple, but it has way more red than blue. So you can kind of tell with colors whatever color they have. Oop, I need to save that. I need to save those ones in each one. So another example is like both green. This green has more blue in it. It's like a teal. And this green has more yellow in it. So regardless of how dark or light a color is, every color will skew towards one of the colors that are in it, you know? And even colors like red, whereas red is just red, even red will skew a different way. So you can have like a warmer one or a cooler one, depending on what kind of red it is. I hope that made sense. And it's the same for all kinds of colors. Like this is the orange that I used from yesterday. This has more yellow in it. Whereas this one has more red in it. You can kind of see. So that's normally where I start with colors and color matching, is to see what's the underlying tone. Does it have more red? Does it have more blue? Does it skew warm or cool? And then from there, you can figure out where and what color, meaning like where on the chart it would be. And then what color you can, you know? These didn't line up, these ones. That's all right. They're flowing. So yeah, maybe have a think about that. First the lemon hack and now color theory. It's like a mixed bag today, you know? I don't know if it's like better or worse than last night with the whole feet peeling thing. Okay, when I run out of thread, I'm gonna go and get my work done. Elle says, I've been watching a lot of color theory videos, but I have a problem applying it to real life, especially thread. Maybe you do have some. Is it like certain colors that you can't see very well? Like red, yellow? Not red, yellow, or red, green? Well, if you need the color numbers, then just let me know and then I'll see if I can match them. if you have problems seeing them. I mean, to be fair, you could really use that to your advantage and pick the colors that you think look good together and see what it comes out to, because I think that would be really interesting. Elle says, we had a big family argument because my dad was certain he didn't have a green tie when he was actively wearing one. He thought it was brown. Oh, you might then. You might have like some of that, a little bit of that, you know? And then Hannah says, I love picking colors. It's one of my favorite parts of stitching. I could spend a lot of time picking colors, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well, that's it for me for today. Another long one, even though it's not meant to be. Yeah, that's really it. Stitch right over this little fish, and we'll go back in and do him up next week. And then tomorrow I'll do probably just some turtle stitching. Yeah, and maybe finish some of this over here. So I will see you tomorrow morning if you want to tune in for that. But yeah, I hope you have a lovely Friday, a lovely weekend. Don't forget to comment, like, hashtag the Barmy Fox SAL. And then when you tag, make sure it's at the Barmy Fox with the line under. So I cannot wait to see your hoops, and I hope you have a lovely day. All right, bye.